So this row echelon calculator that I linked in this module is just a little shortcut tool to help you calculate reduced row echelon forms of matrices, because we need to do that so often and sometimes for such large matrices that it's not really practical to do it by hand all the time. I'm not the sort of person that would ask you to do all of that by hand all of the time, because it's pretty stultifying, to be honest. Row reduction, once you've done it a few times, you don't really gain a lot intellectually by doing it again. So for that reason, if you need to solve a system by reducing a matrix, or if you need to reduce a matrix for any other reason, feel free to use this tool in homework. So quizzes and exams, I will decide what the policy will be, but at least for homework, you're free to use this. So how this works is, this uses free software called Sage. Sage is built on Python, so if you know Python, you can use Python in Sage. But Sage also has a bunch of packages that make doing mathematics easy. So you can see here we're setting A to be a matrix. This QQ here just is Sage's, it's a way of telling Sage that our numbers are going to be rational numbers. If you don't have a QQ here, then Sage will assume you want real numbers, i.e. decimal values, and so it will, if it needs to do some division and it ends up with some messy numbers, it'll just give you decimal approximations. But when you're doing row reduction, if you start with integers or if you start with rational numbers in your matrix, you'll end up with only rational numbers in your result. So I'll stick with QQ for now. So here we have, next is the actual matrix that we want to work with. And the way that this is laid out is there's a square bracket to start the matrix, and then there's a square bracket to enter a row. So here are the entries along the first row, and then a square bracket to close the row, and then a comma for the next row, and then another row. So a square bracket with a row in it, and then a comma and a last row. And then there's one more square bracket. This one is to end the square bracket that started the entire matrix. All right. And once we have this matrix set up, then this magic word here, a dot echelon form with parentheses after it, this will tell Sage to please give us the reduced row echelon form for this matrix. So if we hit enter, hey, we get the reduced row echelon form for this matrix, which is just ones down the diagonal. If we change this matrix, hit it again, it turns out that also has the same reduced row echelon form. If you have a 3x3 matrix and you just choose random numbers, it will usually have just ones down the diagonal as its reduced row echelon form. So let's see, to make it not have that as its reduced row echelon form, let's put a 1 here, a 2 there, a 3. Okay, this should have something else for its, yes, there we go. So this has some different reduced row echelon form. Of course, how you use this reduced row echelon form depends on where this starting matrix came from, but at least this will ease the burden of having to do row reduction a million times.